My boyfriend, now ex, cheated on me with his best friend's fiancée. Sorry for any mistakes, English is not my first language. I don't even know where to begin. We were living together and everything. Last year for Christmas, I invited him home because we spent the first Christmas with his family, and we were going through a very rough patch, right around our second anniversary. It was my first adult relationship, and I've always heard that around the 2 years mark it's a defining moment. So I was hoping we were going to get, though, that eventually. He ended up deciding to go to his home country for Christmas because of his dying grandma, and he was going to meet me at my home country afterwards to spend NYE with my parents. This was the first time he was meeting them, and they, my parents, were very excited. Long story short, while we were each with our own families, we started getting closer again and rekindled the relationship, or so I thought. And then he arrived to my country and met my family and my friends. We were having a blast, and it felt like we had gotten through the rough patch, and for a few days, it felt blissful. Then one day, we were relaxing before going out with my friends for a last time before leaving my home country when his phone started ringing and he was getting a call from an unknown girl on his phone. He hadn't given me any reason to not trust him before that, so I found it a bit odd but not alarming. What I found super suspicious was his attitude when I asked him who the girl was, and he said, "Oh, this random girl I met at a bar in his hometown that I've barely talked to, no idea why she's calling me." And when he opened the conversation with her in his Insta, I saw many messages, which I found extremely suspicious since we've barely talked. And obviously, I had a horrible feeling he was lying to me. I asked him to see the conversation, and he started getting super nervous, so that just confirmed my worst fears. He lent me his phone, and he had been chatting with this girl for over a month, and the most memorable parts of the convo was that she sent him a photo of her boobs, and he was like, "Oh, lovely photo," and proceeded to ask for another one. She told him how much she wanted to see him again, and he said same. And the one that hurt me the most was that just a few days before Christmas, when I thought we were reconnecting, he texted her, "I woke up just to talk to you," when, because of the time difference, he was definitely saying good morning to me. I felt sick to my stomach, and we still had a couple more days in my home country with my family. He gave me a shit excuse about how that started when we were at the worst point of our relationship, how he didn't even like her, and that these past few days with me, he was reminded of why we fell in love, and how much he loved and cared for me, and also, he said he didn't have plans to meet with her, how he always felt unworthy of me and had low self-esteem, so he just enjoyed feeling desired. I didn't want to make a big deal because my parents were excited he was there and I didn't want to ruin everything for them. Also, it was my last few days with my parents, so I didn't want to spend them crying and didn't want them to worry about me. So I pretended everything was fine in front of them. When we got into the plane to go home, transatlantic flight yay, I cried and told him how much he had hurt me, and he cried saying how sorry he was, how much he loved me and didn't want to lose me, after 12 hours lumped together with no escape. I stupidly decided to forgive him, because it was true, we were going through a rough patch, and he seemed very remorseful of what he had done. He had already told the other girl he had a GF, and sorry for leading her on, and he blocked her. I saw that. So, yeah, I forgave him. And then, after a year filled with many, many lows, but also many, many highs, we were going to his hometown for Christmas. He was going to go a couple of weeks before me because I had to stay for work. The night before,